Hi, my name is Erai. I'm CEO and co-founder of Imagely, and I quickly wanted to walk you through an app I've built over a weekend using Cloud Code and CE.SDK. The idea of this app is to automatically shorten long-form videos, which is typically a tedious process in which you have to find the right parts of the video first, do all the cuttings and stitch things together again, change aspect ratios, etc. So let's see how far we can automate this using our app. First thing I'm going to drop in a video, and this is a 15-minute conversation I have with two of our designers. We're discussing the impact of AI in the work of a product designer, which is a super interesting topic, by the way. And so what I have now, like different options, what I can do with this video, I can either have a clean delivery, remove all the pauses and filler words, I can have a summary, or I can have highlight videos. And I choose to have a 1-minute highlight, and since I want to share it as a reel, I'm going to use a 9:16 aspect ratio. Let's start the process and see where it goes. While this is being processed, let me walk you through the different steps of this automation. We first extract the audio from the video using CE.SDK. We then send the audio file to the 11 Apps API, where it's being transcribed. Once the transcript is ready, we send it to the Gemini API, along the instructions to get a 1-minute highlight video. So Gemini will analyze the transcript and then shorten it. And with this new version, we can then recalculate the timestamps. With the new timestamps, we can drive the entire automation in CE.SDK for clipping and stitching. What's really interesting about this app is that the entire video editing happens on the client, which frees us from the need to actually send the entire video to a server where it has to be processed, rather than that we only have to send an audio file. So we're reducing the whole processing time considerably with the client-based editing approach. The last automation step is actually a face detection. And if that face detection finds more than one person in that video, then I have to go through one more manual step. In this manual step, I have to identify the active speaker. Why is that important? So if you have like multiple persons in a video and I want to have more sophisticated editing options like zooming into an active speaker's face, well, I then need to know who is the active speaker, right? So in this case, we have a little bit of an interaction. We have built this as a quiz. Let me go quickly through it and you'll see how it goes, and then we can see the results.
The process or the craft of designing.
In the end, the user enjoys using it.
All right, the results are in, and as you can see, we have two different options, which is great. So it seems like Gemini is able to really identify different parts of the conversation that could be interesting and bring them together as a highlight. And here in the timeline, you can see there's been quite some chopping going, and this has been done automatically. So it seems to work. And when scrubbing in the timeline, you can also see that, we're zooming into different faces. So also the active speaker detection seems to work. A few more options that we've added into this experience is text hooks and also auto captions, which is, I think, immensely popular and important. And at the same time, what I'm really proud of, and this is, by the way, one of the advantages of having this as a client-side solution, we can still change the layout and even the aspect ratio without having to reprocess the entire video. So typically with other services, you have to send the entire video back again and do all the server-side processing and then download the new video again. So this is something that makes it quite efficient and quite responsive. So I can now change and toggle the different layouts. Let me do the multi-layout. So multi-layout basically allows me to have the active speaker as a large tile and the other speakers just to see their reaction and emotions as little tiles underneath. So as a conclusion, this has been really fun to build, and I think there is so much potential, especially in combination of agentic coding and libraries such as our SDK. And we're gonna share the code along the tutorial on our blog, so everyone can build their own experience based on that. And I'm pretty stoked to keep building because I think there is a lot of ideas what we could do with this. I really hope this was helpful for you. Hope you liked it, and stay tuned. Cheers.